Well, howdy, everybody. We are back on another episode of Social Media Success for Professionals, and joining me is one of my best buds, Kimberly Crowe. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming on my podcast. You guys, just get your pens out, get your notebooks, whatever you need to do. You need to take all of the notes, because right now we are going to give you another marketing strategy to get out there and get seen and get paid. So Kimberly, could you please tell my folks who you is and what you do?
Absolutely. So my name is Kimberly Crowe, and I am a big fan of Heather Holloway. We put on stages, and Heather is one of the most amazing people to work with. So thank you so much. I'm super, super honored to be with you on your show and in front of your audience. We're going to have a lot of fun together in 2023. We had a lot of fun together in 2022, but 2023, we're going to blow it out of the water.
Happening.
So my mission is really to make speaking on stages just super fun and super accessible to entrepreneurs and coaches, so they can share what they love to do with their ideal audiences. So if your audience is coaches and entrepreneurs, Heather and I want you to make the contribution to the world you're here to make before you leave the planet. So my secret sauce is the way that I do that. It is with entertainment and fun. So I have shows like Speakers Playhouse and Potapalooza, because I believe if it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
That's right. It's not worth doing. I feel like screaming it from the mountaintops. Yeah. So, I attended one of the Speakers Playhouse live, and I have to tell you that it was phenomenal, transformational, informational, all the internals, all the olds.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was all of those things and more. And it just lit me up, because here we are on a stage, right? We're speaking right now in a podcast. This is a stage. Yep. And yet you blew my mind on how many opportunities we have as coaches, consultants, lawyers, doctors, professional service providers.
Yes.
We can use our voice better than we can use a Facebook ad to market our business. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Because Facebook ads, first of all, you're paying for an opportunity to get your words in print in front of somebody, and maybe a pretty picture or something like that. But there's no guarantee that they actually connect with that. There's no guarantee that they move forward as a client. Oftentimes on stages, if you're speaking on somebody else's stage, you might pay a small premium, $100, $500, sometimes $1,000 to speak on the stage, but you're making impressions that are much greater than just a couple of print words and a picture on a page. They're getting to know Heather. They're getting to know you. They're getting to know your personality, your style, your energy. They can feel that. And whether it is just on a podcast and you're just getting audio, or if it's on a video podcast or a summit or an in-person stage, they get all of the dynamics of your personality, right? They get to see all of your nonverbal language. They get to see your smile. They get to really connect with you. And there's no guarantee that if they connect with the words, they're going to connect with you as a coach, if you're just doing Facebook ads. But when you're speaking, they get to know, like, and trust you, right? That's who you're building. Your people are going to be magnetically attracted to you. So yes, I believe the very cheapest, fastest, easiest, and most fun way to build awareness of you and your brand is by getting on stages. So I'm an international inspirational public speaker. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've spoken on over 5,000 stages, but speaking has been a way for me to grow my passion, grow my know, like, and trust, and build a base of loyal, raving fans that love to come to my stuff.
And it's true, loyal, raving fans, and also a freaking cool life. Like, where in the world is Kimberly Crowe, right? Like this is it, full time speaking, right?
I do. I do this full time. I have all kinds of different fingers and all kinds of different pies, as they say. I've got a lot of different things that I work on, but they're all related in some way to speaking and entrepreneurship and fun. And what Heather's alluding to is that I actually travel full time. So you're right. I actually don't have a house of my own. I used to in 2020. I left my house August 20th of 2020. I left my house that I'd been in for 20 years.
Wow.
We got rid of the house, all the furniture, all the everything. My son was going off to college. He was my youngest. And I was like, all right, we're going to travel. I'm going to travel full time. So I bounced between Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where my daughter is, and San Diego, California, where my son is, on bi-coastal, right? And then I have my mom in Thousand Oaks. And then I travel all over. So I've been to France and Spain and Hungary and Vienna. I've been to Costa Rica, several places in Mexico. And I love being able to travel full time.
Oh, and I'll tell you, I'm sure that just helps fuel the fire of your passion and speaking and what it is. I mean, you're so free. You're free to roam about the world, man. It's so cool. So, okay, we may not want to travel full time, but I know we do want to build our businesses. So, what if we're going to break out into speaking? What would be a great start for us? Are we starting at the community level? Are we going to chamber events? Like, what do you think would be a good strategy to start out if we haven't before? Maybe we're scared to do it.
Yeah, great question. So I actually recommend podcasts. Podcasts are a great way to start out because you're not actually delivering a presentation. You're having an interview, a conversation with another amazing human like Heather, right? So I highly recommend getting on podcasts. And some people are like, well, how do I reach out to podcasters? And how do I break through to get on their events? And it can feel intimidating, like, well, here they are, this big podcasting star. How do I get in front of them? But it turns out that the grand majority of podcasters who have guests on their audience are continuously looking for new guests, and they're struggling to find them. So we actually built a community called Speakers Playhouse where the podcasters and the show hosts can come and just announce to our audience, this is my stage, this is my audience, and these are the types of guests I'm looking for. And then they share their contact information. And then all the speakers can come and say, this is my talk title, and this is who I'm looking to speak to, and this is my contact information. And they all get on the mic. Now that sounds like a boring, dry networking session, but it is full of gamification and goofballery. It moves 1 billion miles an hour, and we give away points, and the points don't matter, or they matter a whole lot depending on who you are. And it's just super fun because I believe if it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
That's right. That's right. And it is a fantastic place to start. Speakers Playhouse happens every Thursday. Give me speakersplayhouse.com. Look over her shoulder. I mean, you can get right there, and it's free to join.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we would love, in fact, I'll give you a link so that you can share it with your community, and then we can know that they came from your community. But it's a super easy, fun way to be able to come and play with us in a bigger way, and find stages. Because if you want to get seen and heard in a bigger way, getting out in front of other people's audiences, OPA, if you can get in front of other people's audience, it's very powerful. I mean, think of this as an example of it, right? I have come to speak to my friend, Heather, and when I speak to her, she is talking about me to people who already know, love, and trust Heather. So when I come in, they're like, oh, Heather's brought this guest. I wonder who Kimberly is and what she's about, right? So I get this third-party credibility by coming in on your show, speaking to your people. And it gives me a real advantage as opposed to just going out there and sort of speaking to the world. So that's where I'd recommend. You get a nice, warm welcome, you get an easy start, and you don't have to have a prepared talk.
Right. Yeah. You just come up and show up as your most awesome self. So you might have to do a little, mindset work. If you're not comfortable, do a little mindset, know that you are our obvious choice. Just get out there and tell us, love thyself, get out there, spread your goodness. And the world will show up. I know that once I started podcasting, people, opportunities just coming out of the woodwork, and then it gave me confidence. Yeah. Maybe looking at me like, oh, she can handle a stage. But I'm going to tell you what, during the live event that I attended, my heart, I thought everybody could see it because I thought it was going to come out my chest. But you guys, you and Jenny just made it so comfortable to be there. So thank you. So if you're, I'm sorry, if you're looking for that stage, these are the folks to get in front of. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that feeling is very, very, very normal. If you talk to Sally Field or Michael Caine, they will tell you they still get nervous when coming on stages, right? Everybody that gets on a stage has some level of that butterfly fluttery feeling. But I have a tip for your audience if you'd like me to give them one.
Please do. I'm on the edge of the seat.
Okay, so here's the thing. Many people can just tell you like, get over it, Kimberly, right? Like, and you're busy, like my stomach is doing flip-flops. My breathing is changing. My heart is pounding. My throat is closing up. My ears are ringing. My head is spinning. And those are real feelings that are going on in my real body. So don't tell me just to get over it, right? But here's a mindset shift that Heather was talking about. And yeah, some mindset work needs to be done, but this one is simpler than most. So those feelings are real, and you can just breathe into it and be like, I accept that. My body is doing all these things and I'm feeling the feels. But those feelings, interestingly, are the exact same feelings as when you're excited. So when you say, I'm nervous to get on stage, instead of telling yourself, I'm so nervous to get on stage, you can say, I'm so excited to get on stage. Think when you get on a roller coaster, you're feeling those same feels. Your stomach is doing flip-flops or butterflies. Your heart is pounding out of your chest. Your throat might be closing up. Your ears are ringing. Your head is spinning. All the same feels, but you're excited rather than nervous. And your brain actually doesn't know the difference between the two. So the next time you're about to get on a podcast and you're, taking a deep breath beforehand, you can just say, I'm excited to get on this stage. And your body will process that. Your mind will process the feelings in your body as excitement rather than nerves, and you'll perform a lot better. So when you see me on stage, whenever I come out on stage, oftentimes I'll be like, I'm super excited. I'm here with Heather Holloway, blah, 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 right? And that's how I tell myself that I'm excited, not nervous.
Oh, dang. Tip from a top pro, TEDxer, world traveler, my friend, Kimberly Crowe. Thank you so much. You've given us an entrance strategy to get into speaking. Start with podcasting and move on up the ladder. By the way, Kimberly also has another talk that tells you the 4 stages, right? Can you talk about that? The 4 stages we should be on just quickly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Super simple. There's a lot of people are like, oh, should I get on podcasts or radio shows? Those are all medium that you can get on, and it's great. You could be on TV, you could be on a Facebook Live, a lot of opportunities there. But really, there's 4 kinds of stages that we should get on. I call them the 4 types of stages. One is a speak to sell stage, where you're leading them on the next natural step to buy your program, product, or service. And it may be buy it right now, or just learn a little bit more about me. Come to my website, meet me in the back of the room, check out my freebie. The second type of stage is the one that is like the brass ring. Every speaker wants it. They want to get paid to speak, right? So paid speaking opportunities is stage number 2. Paid speaking opportunities is when you get paid for putting your high heel or loafer on that stage, grabbing the mic and sharing your genius with the audience. And that can be a very lucrative stream as well. The third stage is actually an authority stage. It gives you authority by being on it. For example, the most common one that people think of is the TEDx stage. If you have a TEDx, you are like an international best-selling author, right? You have this status. So it gives you status, authority, credibility, because somebody has checked to verify that you have the credentials necessary to be able to speak on that topic and get on that stage. And then the 4th stage might surprise you. It's a rehearsal stage. And rehearsal stages or practice stages or coaching stages where you're going to get feedback are very powerful stage. And every one of your audience should try to get on practice stages as much as possible. I told Heather I've been on over 5,000 stages. My best talk is my next talk, because I can always get better.
Yes. And we're going to mic drop it right there. So there you go. Kimberly Crowe, TEDxer, international best-selling author. Is that another title?
Yes. Yeah.
Titles go on. World traveler. Fantastic support. A fantastic supporter of your message. So whoever is listening there, I just want to say, Kimberly, you and Ginny and the environment that you guys created, it is so supportive. And if you're looking to become a speaker, I mean, honestly, there's no better place to start than Speakers Playhouse. So, Kimberly, beyond speakersplayhouse.com, where else can we find you?
Oh, great question. So Speakers Playhouse is a great place to start. You'll learn about podcasts, but also web summits. I have a TV show that we're putting together to get your content out on a live stream and on-demand TV. Lots of opportunities there. Entrepreneursrocketfuel.com is a great place to check out who I'm about. That's the company. Speakers Playhouse is the show, but my company is entrepreneursrocketfuel.com.
Fantastic. Kimberly, thank you so much for your expertise, for your help, for your tips, and for being a guiding light here in this world. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sister.
Right back at you.
I'm Heather Holloway, and you've been listening to Social Media Success for Professionals. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me and my team. Hey, remember, check the show notes for resources and links to other episodes, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and follow button to be notified when new episodes are released.